Hello everybody, GrayStillPlays, and we're back with another video for Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. A little bit of an update as well. This game has had a video that came out recently mentioning that it is going to be released in an alpha state, and that is true. I am going to have the ability to play this game, and I'm really excited for it. I've been talking with the developer. The developer is Brilliant Game Studios. You can check out their link in the description below. And what we're seeing right here is a giant army of orcs and Romans coming together on the battlefield. And what the hell, why not blast them with a giant nuke? Because you can, because it's Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. Now, in a recent video that was released, we're going to get to see a couple of more options here and some really cool battle editor stuff that I want to go over. And then in the next couple of days, we're going to be playing it. So keep an eye out for that. If you guys like the Total Tank Simulator, I think you guys are really going to get a kick out of Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. So right here, this video here really started to show some of the different options and stuff that you have when messing around with the units, and I think it's really a good opportunity to take a look at this because it dives pretty deep into a lot of the customization. I think that's what's going to make this game just a blast to play. So first off right here, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of pause this right now so we can take a look at this. You can immediately see there is weather conditions, maps, time of day for the battle. This is pretty unusual. I mean, so far, for the most part, a lot of these different battle simulators where units are clashing and, like, people are beating the living crap out of one another, you usually don't get that much customization, I'll say. So it's cool to see someone kind of, like, busting out the customization, really going full steam. Then we got unit categories, units, teams. Of course, you can put the amount. Then it looks like there's a rank shape. And then there's orders as well. That's kind of interesting. We also have that battle and unit customization bar up there in the upper left. We'll continue on here. See, you can move your map around, a lot of topography and such. Now, this is something else. So I'm going to go ahead and stop right here real quick just because this is kind of important. So right over here, we're just looking at the footman, right? He's got health, damage, attack speed, move speed, all that stuff. Well, you can change all of these different items. And that means that, like, basically no two battles ever have to be the same. So you can have footmen versus archers, but then you could change the stats up and get a totally different outcome or have some really ridiculous stuff happen. And I think that's so cool. That is what makes this sandbox style of fighting game like a pleasure to watch. And I think you guys enjoy that kind of stuff as well. In a little bit here, you're going to see something completely ridiculous. We're going to see a couple of things that are completely ridiculous. And that is the fun of this type of game. So let's go ahead and move on forward here. So you can see the health, damage, kind of average here. Now he goes over to this other character model, and we can stop right here for a second because we can see several right now. We got the chicken, the wild man, catapult, archer, footman, giant ogre, heavy knight, and when he scrolls down here, there we go. We got the orc, the penguin, the Spartan, the Roman, and the U.S. soldier. And there's just like selecting the orc. You can see the stats are a little bit different. Pretty cool. And then he goes over here to the penguin. So the penguin is this sad little, flightless bird, always getting made fun of at school and maybe getting beat up on the playground, getting his little penguin dollars done took. But now, look at this. Changing the health to 99,000. The attack speed multiplier to ×8. So that means for every one attack this penguin would have done before. I don't even know what kind of attack a penguin has. But for every one attack this penguin had before, he is now going to have 8 attacks with 20 damage. So he goes back over to the battle maps over here. Loads up his custom penguin, super penguin. With an amount of 1. Because, can 250 footmen beat up a penguin? I guess we'll find out in a little bit here. And that's the stuff that everyone wants to know, right? So you can change the orientation of the units. You can see you can drag them in all different types of directions. That's kind of cool too. Because it's not often that we see that we're able to change like the direction that the unit is changing. And then you can kind of like mess with the shape there and more of a block or more of a rectangle like that. How deep basically the ranks are for these critters. A little bit of a loading splash screen here. And now what happens? What happens when the ultimate penguin that's been huffing methamphetamine for the past 12 hours goes up against 250 of the kingdom's finest men? Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Now, we are in the penguin's We're in the penguins, you know, territory here. A little bit of water. You know, penguins are pretty good in water, right? So here we go. Here's the clash. The 250-footman. You can see him jogging along. This is going to be an easy day. And look at this ridiculousness. It's like a fountain of blood. It's like the penguin is bathing in blood. That's basically what this looks like. Look, it's like a little shower head over it. He is stabbing and beating the living hell out of footmen. They're falling left and right. They've got him surrounded. And it's at this point that they're probably questioning exactly how much they want to follow their king, because he put them up against the demon lord penguin of Satanism. So that's the first, like, ridiculous thing that we've gotten to see. So here's the other one here. So if we take a look at this particular catapult right over here, I'm just going to stop it real quick so we can take a look. Now, this isn't a normal catapult, mind you. You know, we're looking at it, 200 health, all right? That seems kind of normal. 300 damage. I don't know what you would consider that. But watch what happens here. Changing the attack speed to times 100. So now for every single catapult strike, we're going to get 100 catapult strikes. So now we've got 20,000 heavy knights versus 100 super catapults. Again, you can kind of move them however you want on this map. I really hope that the maps are super detailed too, because that's going to make like a whole mess of difference. And I kind of wonder too how well the terrain is going to play into the maps. Like if the catapult projectiles can get caught on the trees and stuff like that. So here's your giant sheet of men. Literally, it looks like a cake sheet. It's horrible, except instead of delicious, sugary goodness, it's just filled with metal and musky, sweaty male bodies. I don't know. They're charging up here to meet these catapults, probably thinking that they're going to have a decent time of it. But in a moment here, yes, once they get in range, look at what has happened here. It doesn't even, I can't even describe this. Like, it's basically, it's fully automatic freaking catapults. It's like a machine gun catapult. Look at the boulders. Look at the giant rocks flying on top of these people. They're just getting mowed down as he pulls back here. It looks like a hailstorm. It looks like some sort of apocalyptic event. Like whatever deity of your choice has been unsatisfied with the performance of the kingdom, and now he's gonna go ahead and send down the reign of terror here. And like, look at that, this one guy, look at that one guy kind of like charging up the hill. He's the only one that made it so far. Super slow motion. Thank God for slow motion being here. I think the only thing that could possibly be better than slow motion is if you could control how fast or how slow it goes. There's only one game that I'm playing right now that does that, called Brick Rigs. Kind of like a creative Lego-y build anything, destroy it style game. But that game has a way for you to change exactly how fast or how slow the fast forward or the slow motion is. So I think that would be really cool if that happened to appear in this game here. But anyway, looking back at the catapults, absolutely nothing has survived. This is cool right here. So right now, this is the singular unit ability, how you can take control of a single unit, and you're kind of like in the third person view right now. And look at him, he's just like holding down his heavy machine gun catapult with the crosshair, just firing projectiles into the sea of dead people. I don't even know if there's any people left alive. Like, you can see a little bit of blood now and again. I imagine like a couple of people are getting jacked here, there, and what have you, but for the most part, I think, look at how all the shots are like converging in one little area. There's probably one poor guy that was left like, no, I'm going home, no more. And there's all the bodies. They didn't even, like, a few people got up the hill, but for the most part, it was just in an absolute slaughter fest. But anyway, that was just a brand new video that he put out. It really showcased, I think, some of the cool options that I'm really glad to see. I mean, I guess the game could have been cool if you could just put down, like, you know, an unlimited number of units against an unlimited number of other units. But having the extra options to choose exactly how they're facing, how many are on the board at any given time, and what their stats are, especially what their stats are, because now you can have a super zombie or a super knight or an archer that attacks at like 100 times speed with frickin', you know, one guy blotting out the sun with his arrows. I think that's going to be really neat to see. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed these little videos here about Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator. Stay tuned for actual gameplay in the future. Oh, I think it's going to be freaking sweet. Until next time, folks, stay foxy and much love.